Welcome to Through the Wire, a podcast, a bunch of friends talking about basketball, music, and other things. To my right, I got Mike, Pierre, and D Mills. We're going to start this podcast off talking about the Vegas odds that were just released a couple days ago, kind of playing a game named Too High or Too Low. Y'all ready, boys?
Let's get it, man.
First team, Atlanta Hawks. Vegas has them going 25 games won this season.
I got them winning a lot less games. I don't think Dennis Schroeder can lead a team. Dwayne Dedmon is at center.
Here.
Jason Collins, the rookie. So I'm not a believer.
I like Jason Collins, though. Then he posterized somebody in Summer League this year, and I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, they could have did better with what they had.
All right, we'll move on to the second team being the Boston Celtics. Y'all know they made some big moves this offseason, predicting to win 56 games. We'll start off with you, D Mills.
And honestly, I don't think the carryover pickup is going to help them that much. Honestly, can they make it out the second round? I thought they wouldn't make it out the second round of the playoffs. Do they even have a true number one? Isn't Kyrie and Gordon Hayward pretty much like really good number twos?
Okay, that's an interesting take. Pretty good number twos, P.
I got them under too.
Okay.
But the reason I got them under is very, very different from D Mills. I'm a big fan of the Kyrie Irving trade, but I do realize that they basically reconstructed their whole team. I have them going way deeper in the second round just because Brad Stevens is a hell of a coach.
I got them winning over 60 games this season.
Whoa. Yo, 2 under than 60? What do y'all think this start lineup gonna look like? Because they got so many wings.
I'm guessing it will be. Well, I'm not guessing, but I'm hoping it will be Kyrie, Jason Tatum at the 2, Gordon Hayward at the 3, Marcus Morris at the 4, Horford at the 5. Realistically, I think they might give Jaylen Brown the edge over Tatum, but right. I like Tatum a lot more.
I feel you.
I'm hoping they just start Jaylen Brown at the 2.
There are a lot of people thinking that. Well, maybe not a lot of people. I saw this on Instagram. People believe that Jaylen Brown's going to have an all-star season. We're not talking about him stepping up and averaging 10 or 15. They're thinking all-star. Yes or no?
No, I don't see it at all. I don't see it. I would be highly surprised if he's ever all-star.
True.
Where is he getting his offense from? Where he's going to become an all-star? He didn't have it last year. He's just going to come up all of a sudden.
I said on Twitter, if Jaylen Brown becomes an all-star, I'm giving $100 to a follower. That's what I said. Because that's how little I believe that this is actually going to happen.
They got your ass on camera.
Niggas ain't got me on no fucking camera.
This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD shit ever. This is 4K. How did they get you at 4K?
He's not even the third best player on his team.
Otto Porter.
Bradley Beal was snubbed last season. Definitely deserved to be an all-star.
Zach LaVine if healthy. I mean, they don't.
You batted your ass that way.
Why you don't like that? You an ancient Bulls fan? I'm telling you, Zach LaVine is. I will put $1,000 that Zach LaVine becomes an all-star before Jaylen Brown.
Here, Chicago Bulls projected to win 21 games, the worst team in the league according to Vegas. D Mills, we're gonna start off with you as a Bulls fan like me. Let's hear what you got to say.
I hate the way this team is put together. There's been no improvement since we were in the conference finals back-to-back years.
Oof.
They didn't even go out and try to get the pieces to help us, like take that next step to beat LeBron. It's all just been straight downhill, and now we're just at the bottom. It's just everything's just falling apart now. And the only way to make it better is starting with the front office. Them trading away Jimmy for pretty much nothing. I just feel like they could have got way more for Jimmy because he's that guy.
I feel you. I'm going to go next. We're going to let the Bulls fans go next. Oh, you didn't say, do you think 21 wins is too high or too low?
Too low.
All right.
So you're going to win more games than 21?
Actually, no, it's too high.
Too high.
Too high.
Yo, I want it to be too high. I want it to be too high because we want that first overall pick. Like you said with the Jimmy Butler trade, very, very disappointed. Draft night, I had on my Fire Guard Pack shirt because I was ready. I knew the trade was happening. We all knew the trade was happening. We just didn't know what we were getting back in return. 21 wins, man. That lets you know how good of a player Jimmy Butler is. Because other than that, we brought pretty much everybody back besides Jimmy. I'm going to say they're going to win 21, and I'll be fine with it. I'll be watching games, watching the young boys play, but
they took a chance. When you're in a position like the Bulls, you can afford to take a chance on a player like Zach LaVine, who has, to me, unlimited potential. I think he can be a legit all-star. And I think he could be a secondary player to a franchise player. And that roster is atrocious. Cameron Payne, Bobby Portis is a guy that will be more valuable on a playoff team. off a bench somewhere.
The Golden State Warriors projected to win 67, and I'm going that's way too low. I'm saying that's way too low. I'm saying they win 70 games this season.
To be honest, I don't know what to say about them. I'm pretty sure they're gonna win over 70 games, and that's just because nobody. First of all, they have the defense to defend almost anybody. They can switch it with the length of Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant. Draymond can guard anybody on basically in the NBA, except for maybe like some legit 7-footers. But the way they play defense, they play lockdown defense, and nobody's going to outscore them. Nobody's going to outscore them. So it's the way that their defense and offense is set up. I just don't see them losing much.
I'm about to say something very controversial.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
They will win 70 games, and they won't go to the finals.
What team? Okay, who's knocking them out? Let me hear. Who do you have going to the finals, actually?
I don't have my set teams yet, but it's so much in the West that can drain them. I hope they go for the 70. I hope they do that again. Houston is better. San Antonio is a team that I felt could have gotten them last year. Oklahoma City is forgotten about. I don't know why people like Paul George is no slouch, but that's my team, Oklahoma City. Okay. But I feel like if they can run into a Houston, and Houston could give them a loss or two. They could run into San Antonio could give them a loss. By the time they get to the Eastern Conference Finals and go up against a team like OKC, I got OKC though. OKC has Steven Adams, a legit big. Russell Westbrook has that chip on the shoulder. We're gonna wait to get to OKC.
Right.
I don't know why. I just feel like they won't make it to the finals again.
You think that's it? You think that the era of domination?
No, it's not that. I just feel like he said, they're gonna have to go through so many obstacles to get there that they're going to be so worn out.
We can move on to the next team, a team that made a big move this offseason, the Houston Rockets. I'll start it off. They're projected to win 55 games. I'm going over by a lot. I'm saying 60, 62, 63 wins. You got the best shooting guard in the league in James Harden and a top 5 point guard alongside of him and Chris Paul. I shitted on his entire career for not making it to the conference finals, not winning the ring. I think he's going to let that ego of him having the ball 100% of the time, he's going to get rid of that because he wants to win. And they respect each other's game. He wants James Harden to be great. He wants his team to be great. And that's why I think they're going to win 60-plus games this year.
I'll go next. They will win 60 games, maybe, because they have a good team. But Chris Paul, no. Chris Paul is very good. He had a very good career, but as a person and as a teammate, Chris Paul is one of the most selfish players I've ever seen in my life. He's the first ball hog in NBA history. I'm just not a believer. Defensively, he's overrated. The Jazz exposed him a bit. I don't know. I like that James Harden was aware enough to say, okay, I got drained out last year from being a point guard, and you know, I could use some help, and Chris Paul would definitely help. But no, they'll probably win 60 games by playoffs. They're not even a serious contender to me.
Wow.
Understand that it will be an adjustment, but I don't think it's going to be that much adjustment because Chris Paul, that's my thing. Chris Paul, that's why I call him a pass first ball hog. He loves to pound, pick and roll, late in the shot clock, help me get my assist.
What is Chris Paul going to do off the ball?
I think he's underrated off the ball. I think he can play off the ball. It's just he never had a backup point guard or a shooting guard next to him that actually handles the ball.
Darren Collison.
Darren Collison's garbage.
What? I think he's pretty
as a backup point guard. Darren Collison
he's like
when he was in LA.
No, maybe like a Sacramento kind of player.
No, but I mean, like when I'm saying Chris Paul.
In LA, I feel like he wasn't as good because Chris Paul. Chris Paul does not want to play off the ball. Blake Griffin is one of the best ball handling forwards in the league, and he strived when Chris Paul was hurt.
Other team in LA Lakers projected to win 33 games this season. 33, too high, too low.
Hey, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm gonna be biased here. I say we go 35 this year. I mean, I like what we doing. I like what we doing. We got a lot of young people that's making progress. I just like how we preparing ourselves for the future. Hopefully we can get a big name, a Russell Westbrook, if possible, a Paul George, if possible, a LeBron James. There's a lot of stuff that could happen that could
You
tremendously
sound
benefit.
like a Lakers fan.
Hey.
You just named 4 of the best players in the league.
I'm a believer.
Yeah,
Who don't want to be in LA?
Only a Lakers. This how you know he's a Lakers fan, and it's okay because I'm the same way with my Knicks. But only a Laker fan would praise the hell out of Alonzo Ball, then immediately go to maybe we'll get Russell Westbrook because there's no way you should want Russell.
Lonzo played it too.
Milwaukee Bucks, young up-and-coming team, projected to win 47 games. Got a guy like Giannis, who Kobe said he wants to win MVP. Will he make that step to make the MVP? I'm going to say that he has the potential to do this. He is a top 5 player in my MVP listing this year. And because of that, I think that the 47 is nice. I'm going to go 49.
I'm starting to lie. I didn't like Giannis Antetokounmpo at first, but now he's just becoming a person that you got to love to watch. You got to love his athleticism, his ability to be at that height and do the things he does. It's kind of controversial, but I just need to see him improve his jump shot. I can't see him always getting past whoever he does. You see a lot of his stuff in transition, but if he adds somewhat of a I have to step up and guard that guy.
Yeah, Greek Freak is amazing. I just wish he had a jump shot. I feel like he's a tad bit overrated for that reason. He can do a lot, though.
They're projected to win 47.
Yeah, I'm going to go under. No Jabari. Kevin Middleton is overrated to me. No legit point guard. Brogdon isn't really all that to me as well. I like Greg Monroe and Thon Maker, though.
47. I think Giannis is going to be able to carry them to those wins.
Minnesota Timberwolves made a big move this offseason. They're projected to win 48 games, a huge leap from what they were last year. I think this is right. Maybe somebody here thinks they win 50-plus games, but I personally...
No. Very overrated team to me. I see a lot of people talking about them.
I say they'll win 50 games.
I had a feeling you would be the guy. Yeah, I had the feeling you were going to be the guy to say that.
I see it because, they got Jimmy. Jimmy single-handedly could win you a game. Meant a lot of nights. Then you got Karl Anthony Towns. So
who's the best player on their team to you?
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. Oida. Some people can argue Cat.
Yeah, I say Cat. But
you can argue it, but
Jimmy Butler has proven it.
Yes, Jimmy Butler has proven that he can win games single-handedly by himself. Has Karl Anthony Towns proven that?
How many years has Karl Anthony Towns been in the league? Compare their numbers.
Yeah, but Jimmy didn't do that at first. Jimmy had to get to that point.
Exactly. So can you give Karl Anthony Towns time to do that?
But he had the opportunity way before Jimmy did. Jimmy had to come off the bench. He didn't really start becoming that star until the last 3 years.
Exactly. So you can't say that Karl Anthony Towns is improving when he's had 2 years.
Yeah, but he's
when it's all said and done, I think Karl Anthony Towns will be a better player when their career's over. But at this moment, Jimmy is the better player.
I think Karl Anthony Towns is making that jump this year, right now, out the gate. I think he'll be their better player.
So if that's the case, why can't they win 50 games? They got 2 very good players.
Because they don't have the things around them to make their best players the best players in the league.
I think Jimmy's willing to let Andrew Wiggins do what he wants to do in order to win. I feel like in the fourth quarter, maybe Jimmy would take over that game easily.
I think you give too much credit to Jimmy Butler, but okay.
Hey, he's proven that he's a closer.
How? He's definitely proven. If you watch him play in a Bulls uniform, he will literally get the ball and even if it's a pick and roll, if he's at that shooting guard spot, he will.
Jimmy Butler has closed games, but is he a closer? Is that what you label him as?
Yes, I would say he's a closer. He's definitely their top guy. Who else is going to?
No, he's their top guy. But just because you're a top guy does not make you a closer.
How isn't he a closer?
Because I just don't see him as a closer. I mean, he's closed games, but a closer. Kyrie is a closer.
I think
Kobe Bryant was a closer. Kevin Durant, a closer.
You can't compare Jimmy to Kobe right now. Come on now.
My point.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, I can compare Kyrie to Kobe right now.
No one can sit here and say that Kobe was probably one of the best closers ever. Why would you even compare Jimmy to him?
Because when I think of closer, that's what I think of. I think Kobe Bryant. There's no such thing as an elite closer and you're either a closer or you're not.
Yeah, but Kobe is on a whole nother level.
Jimmy Butler is a great two-way player. That's what I label him as. I don't label him as a closer. And that's
he can close out games.
Has he closed out games?
He can do it on both ends of the floor, though.
I just said that he's a two-way player.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, Jimmy Butler's gonna have the ball in his hands.
I understand that.
He's gonna get But I think I don't know the exact stats, but I know he's gonna force his way. He gets so many whistles. He's gonna.
Dennis Schroeder is going to have the ball at the end of the game in his hands. That doesn't make him a closer. Because you're a top player or the go-to guy on the team does not make you a closer.
No, that's not what we're saying at all.
Well, that's what he just used as his point. He said at the end of the game, Jimmy Butler will have the ball in his hands.
But you're taking that out of perspective. I'm saying that if the game is closed, they're going to put it in.
Because he's the best go-to guy on the team. I get that.
Not just because he's a ball handler, but because he is the best offense. The person that can get their shot and make the plays, he's the best person. They're not going to give it to Andrew Wiggins.
He clearly hit so many game winners for the Bulls. He's closed out games on both ends of the floor for them. I don't know how you can sit here and say he's not a closer. Like, he can't win them a game in the fourth quarter.
What I'm telling you is when I think of Jimmy Butler, the first thing that comes to my mind isn't close. When we talk about the elite and best closers and the closers in the NBA, Jimmy Butler does not come to my mind. He's not. When I think of closer, I think of Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is a monster.
I think of Kyrie Irving.
No. Yes.
Game 7 finals. Bada bing, bada bam.
No, they love though. I hate the people that bring it up. I mean, yeah, that was a great, but that he hasn't done that his whole career.
Yeah.
How many times does a player get a chance to hit a Game 7 NBA Finals game-winning shot?
Yes, he had that opportunity.
What do you mean he hasn't done it his whole career?
But when you say LeBron's block was more impactful than that shot,
I don't know. I mean, that's just
if Iggy makes that layup, don't they win?
Not necessarily because he had a 3-point shot.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that shot was before the block.
No, that shot was after.
I still think that block was more significant.
Listen to what I'm saying. If Andre Iguodala gets that layup, they go up 2. Kyrie hits the 3, they win by 1.
We're going on a tangent. What's the next team?
Next team? All right. New Orleans Pelicans projected to win 30.
Jimmy Butler's overrated. But go ahead.
Pelicans projected to win 39. Next team is the OKC Thunder projected to win 51. Okay, I was not sure. 51 wins. Paul George added to the team for close to nothing.
I want to go last.
You want to go last? Okay. Last.
You say what you need to say?
I went first. It's on you now. Your takes.
Viewers and listeners. Okay.
Toronto Raptors, 48 games. Another one of those teams that been in the middle of the pack, or they've been at the top of the pack, but never that next league because, of course, they're going against the best team in the league or the best player in the league every single season. I think that's fine. That's all I have to say. I don't have an opinion on DeMar DeRozan. I don't have an opinion.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion on DeMar DeRozan. Any of those dudes. I'm thinking that's fine. Still not gonna be enough to win the East, though.
Thank you. Kyle Lowry, overrated, fat ass point guard. I'm not a.
Yeah. Go talk, yeah. Go talk, yeah. Go talk, my nigga. This go talk.
Go talk. Go talk. Go talk, my nigga. That's go talk.
Go talk. Go talk. Go talk, my nigga. It's go talk.
Go talk. Go talk. Go talk, my nigga. This go talk.